meal preppers, welcome back to Sweet Peas and Saffron. I'm Denise and I share easy meal prep recipes to give you your time back during the week. Today is a really exciting day because I am showing you how to prep the recipes from week 1 of the Lunch Prep Challenge. So the Lunch Prep Challenge is a free challenge put on by my site, Sweet Peas and Saffron, every January, and I send out free recipes, shopping lists, and then I do a video prep demo, which is what you're watching right now, to show you how to prep the recipes. So basically, if you're interested in starting meal prep, but you don't know where to start and you need a little extra help, this is the perfect way to get started. It's also great if you just need a little motivational boost because we have a Facebook group full of people who post pictures of their completed meal prep on Sunday, and it's just really motivational. This week we are prepping Thai chicken lunch bowls and no-bake snack bars and vegetables with feta dill dip. If you are following a low-carb diet or you're eating vegan or you need to avoid nuts, you can still totally make these recipes work for you. I have a ton of swaps and substitutions, so don't be afraid to ask me any questions in the comments below, or there are a ton of swaps and substitutions listed below the recipe in your email. If you are viewing this at a later date and you've missed our live challenge, we run 3 to 4 live challenges a year. So if you sign up using the link above, you will be on the list to get the emails for our next live challenge. Without further ado, we are going to get started. So when I meal prep, I always pick the recipe that is going to take the longest to prep, and I start with that. So today that is going to be our Thai chicken lunch bowls. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some rice cooking. I am using my trusty rice cooker, but you can totally do this on the stove or even in the Instant Pot. Once my rice is cooking, I'm going to move on to prep my chicken and my vegetables. So we're going to use 1 pound of chicken, and this will make 4 servings. Now, everybody is different, so if you need more protein in your diet, be sure to increase this and adjust it to your preferences. Before I start prepping, I will preheat my oven to 425 Fahrenheit. I'm going to place my chicken breasts in a baking dish and toss them with olive oil and soy sauce. Sprinkle with a little salt, toss to coat, then I'm going to set these aside and work on my vegetables. I'm going to be using broccoli today, but you can use any hearty vegetable such as cauliflower or carrots, and these will have about the same cook time as the chicken. You can really use almost any vegetable you would like, but if you use a softer vegetable, you will need to check on them sooner than your chicken. So to save time, I have bagged broccoli that's been washed and chopped, although I find the florets still are a little bit large, so I'm going to cut these down a little bit. I will toss them in olive oil and arrange on a sheet pan. I add salt to taste. So we are going to pop our chicken and vegetables into the oven and roast them for about 20 to 25 minutes. You want your chicken to reach an internal temperature of 165 Fahrenheit, and you want your broccoli to be cooked through, but you don't want to overcook it. So here's a tip if you are new to meal prep. When you're cooking your vegetables, try to keep them a little bit more on the al dente side, because remember that you're going to be storing them and then reheating them. And so when you heat them in the microwave, they will cook a second time. Okay, so while our chicken and vegetables are roasting up, we are going to focus our attention on our peanut sauce. So if you need to avoid nuts, like if you work in a peanut-free environment or you have allergies in your household, I have linked you to an alternate recipe below for a tahini maple sauce that is really good on this recipe. I am going to actually be using almond butter, and this works well with pretty well any natural nut butter. So in a jar, we're going to shake together natural peanut butter or almond butter, rice vinegar, maple syrup or honey, sesame oil, lime juice, ground ginger, and water as needed to thin it out. And you can drizzle this right onto your vegetables. I have these handy condiment containers, and I like to keep my peanut sauce separate from the rest of the meal prep bowls until just before I serve. I find that this just keeps the peanut sauce from drying out a little bit. So we're going to set that aside, and we're going to shift our focus to the no-bake snack bars. These no-bake snack bars are a great alternative to store-bought granola bars. You know exactly what's going into them this way, and they are really tasty. So these are so popular at my house that I'm actually going to be doubling their recipe as written. So if you make a single batch of this, you're going to need a loaf pan, but I'm doubling it, so I'm going to be using an 8x8 inch pan. So the first thing to do is line your pan with parchment. And I'm going to take a large glass measuring dish and melt my coconut oil. I'm going to stir in natural peanut butter. Again, I'm using almond butter today. Maple syrup or honey. And cinnamon. So just stir these ingredients together until they're smooth and no lumps remain. And then we're going to add in our dry ingredients. So we're adding old-fashioned or rolled oats. Now this does not work the same with quick or instant oats, so make sure that you get the large flake, rolled, or old-fashioned. I don't know why it has so many different names, but you know, the large flake oat. We're also going to be adding in some Rice Krispies. These Rice Krispies give it such a nice kind of chewy, crispy flavor. Ground flax, chocolate chips, and you can also add chia seeds. Stir everything together and press it into the loaf pan. Use a spatula and press it down. Now you can spray the spatula with a little bit of spray oil to prevent it from sticking. And just make sure it's smooth across the top and pressed firmly into the pan. Now we are going to chill these for about 2 hours before cutting them into bars. All right, so our chicken and vegetables are ready to come out of the oven, so we're going to pull them out and let them cool. And while they're cooling, we're going to move on to our veggies and dip. If you want to cut down on your prep time, buy pre-washed, pre-chopped veggies and pre-made dip. But if you want to take the extra time to make this dip, it's one of my favorites and it's really simple to make. So in a bowl, I'm adding plain yogurt, mayonnaise, feta cheese, dill, lemon juice, and I'm just going to stir it all up and portion it out into 4 dip containers. Now I'm going to portion out about 1 cup of veggies per portion. This can be extremely flexible. Pick your favorite veggie. I'm just going to use carrots and celery. And that's it for our veggies and dip. Now, I'm personally not really like a huge vegetables and dip fan, but having them portioned out and waiting for me in the fridge makes me actually reach for them more often than I would normally because they're just ready and waiting. Okay, so our snack bars are prepped, our veggies and dip are portioned out, and we're going to start portioning out our Thai chicken lunch bowls. So I am using these glass Snapware storage containers. These are 2-cup capacity. I will link you to them in the description box below. I've tried a lot of different meal prep containers and these are by far my favorite. So we are aiming for about 1/2 cup of cooked rice per portion, 1 cup of cooked veggies per portion, and about 4 ounces of cooked chicken per portion. And don't forget, when you go to work, don't forget to grab your pre-made lunch. Don't forget the peanut sauce because that really adds the magic to these Thai chicken lunch bowls. All right guys, that takes care of our week 1 recipes for the lunch prep challenge. If you have any questions, please ask below, and I hope you join us. If you liked this video, I know you're gonna love our next video because it is our fall freezer stock up where we stocked up the freezer with 12 healthy lunch recipes. So check them out over here.